Hi guys, so for now we're going to have measurement and our core or our focus will be about conversion. So we will be starting with the measures for length. So please take note that we are going to do the conversion of metric to metric, English to English, and metric to English and vice versa. So for length, when we measure length, we are dealing with one dimensions and we will be starting with the metric system. So meter is the basic unit of measure for length. The good thing here in the metric system is that you can easily identify a metric unit simply because it has the unit of measure meter. And the rest of the units in the metric system are derived from this. This is the only conversion wherein the conversion process will simply be done by moving the decimal point to the right or to the left. And as what our elementary teacher taught us before, when you move the decimal point to the right or to the left, that means you are simply multiplying or dividing by powers of 10. Okay? But here in the metric system, in the metric to metric conversion, we will be using the what we call metric converter. And you have here the complete list of the units in the metric converter. And for me, I simply enumerate them correctly when I recall the tune Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And the song goes like K M H M D A N M D M C M M M. Okay, so you just have to recall the tune Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and with that, you'd be able to enumerate or list down the units of measure in our metric converter. So km stands for kilometer, hm for hectometer, dam for decameter, m for meter, dm for decimeter, cm for centimeter, and mm for millimeter. In our metric converter, as the unit goes farther to the right, it becomes smaller. We are dealing with smaller units. And as you move to the left, farther to the left, you are about to reach the biggest unit of measure. Okay? So let's start. Up. Okay. So now we're given these examples to work on with. So in the first one, we are given, we have to convert 8,000 meters into hectometers. So 8,000 meters is to be converted into hectometers. Using our metric converter, you have to identify where the given unit is. So it's somewhere here, meter, here, and the required unit hectometer for HM. As you can see, hectometer is placed at the left side of it, so we are converting smaller to bigger units. And we need to determine the number of jumps because the number of jumps here will tell you how many places will the decimal point be moved to do the conversion. Okay, so let's check it out. So we have 1, 2. For us to reach hectometer from meter is to do 2 jumps. So we are going to apply that in the given number or the given uh, number value beside meter. So we have 8,000. In 8,000, the decimal point is placed here. So we move the decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2. And moving the decimal point 2 places to the left, you will be able to, the 2 zeros here will be omitted, and what's left is just 80. And that's it. There you have 8,000 meters is equivalent to 80 hectometer. Okay? So the next one is 138,000 decameter. So this time, we have to look where the decameter is located in our converter, and it's somewhere here. And I am going to convert this into decimeter. So as you can see, decimeter is placed at the right side of decameter. So this time, we are converting bigger to smaller. And we take the right directions. Okay? So let's see how many jumps are we going to take. So from decameter is we have to move 1, 2. 2 units to decimeter. So doing that thing, we also apply that in the given measure for decameter. we move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So we have 1, 2. 138 thousandths becomes 13.8 now. 13.8. Okay? And there we have 138 thousandths decameter equals 13 and 8 tenths decimeters. Okay? And for the third one, we have 12.5 centimeters to be converted into hectometers. So we have to look where centimeter is located. So it's here. And you're going to convert it into hectometer. That's a few steps to the left. So let's see how many jumps are you going to take. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to take 4 jumps to the left. And we apply that in the given measure. So here's where the decimal point is located. Move the decimal point 4 places to the right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. The two spaces here means that we have to put zeros before 1. With that, we have 0, 0.0, 0, 1, 2, 5. So I just have to mark the decimal point. Okay, to give emphasis. So there you have 0.00125 hectometer. And there you have the metric to metric conversion. So this time we proceed to the English system. In the English to English units, or converting English to English units, we are going to use conversion factors. So it's far different from converting metric to metric, simply because you're not going to move the decimal point anymore. Okay? So dito, gagamit na tayo ng conversion factors. Now, this time, you need to ready your paper and pen with you so that you'd be able to write down the conversion factors that I'm going to give. And take note, you are allowed to use this list of conversion factors, or what we call the formula card. Okay? So here it goes. In converting English to English units, we will just be focusing on the commonly used conversion factors like 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, and 5,280 feet in a mile. So please take note of this, okay? And be guided by the abbreviation of the units. So let's get started. So you have here on the upper right corner the list of the conversion factors to use, and you have here the given. Okay, so in number 1, we have to convert 7 yards into feet and inches. So 7 yards into feet and inches. So we first write the given here. So you have yards. And of these conversion factors, we select which conversion factor are you going to use. Okay, so here of the three, we will be using the 3 feet in a yard conversion factor. Okay, but please take note of this, that in this conversion, solutions are now required. And how are you going to present your solution? You are going to get rid of yards. Kailangan ma-cancel yan. And to do that is to position the given in your conversion factors in a way na makakancel out ang yards. So in 3 feet in a yard, we write the yards on the denominator and 3 feet on the numerator. Okay, 3 feet there. So for a while, 3 feet. Okay, there you go. And then you canceled out the units of measure yards. As you can see, the denominator is 1, so we just have to multiply the numerators. 7 and 3 will give you 21. And the remaining unit of measure, feet. Therefore, we write 21 feet here, or 21 only because feet is there already. Next is to convert it into inches. So since you already have in feet, you may just simply continue with that and select in our conversion factors the conversion factor to use to convert feet into inches. So, yung una. And dapat na-cancel out yung feet, diba? So, we write 1 foot on the denominator and the 12 inches on top. So, we can cancel feet and then 21 times 12. So, as I've said a while ago, you are allowed to use calculator to compute. Okay? So, you have to bring out your calculator and key in 21 multiplied by 12. And there you have 252. So we write 252 here, okay? And the 252 in our solution. And there you have the solution in your conversion. That 7 yards is equivalent to 21 feet and 252 inches. Okay? So let's now have the next one. So we have to convert 6 feet 2 inches into inches. Please take note, there's already an inches, the unit of measure inches here. So we just have to constant or to work with the 6 feet. So we have to write 6 feet. And then again, our conversion factor will be the feet into inches. We write 1 foot sa baba. And then 12 inches sa taas. So, kakancel na natin yung unit of measure na foot or feet. And then we multiply 6 and 12. Okay? So, calculator ulit para hindi tayo mahirapan. Okay? So, we just have to bring it out. 12 multiplied by 6. Pero kung gusto nyo para masanay kayo sa computation, you can just simply do it mentally if possible. Pero if maubos yung time nyo, use the calculator. So it's equivalent to 72 inches. But we forgot that we still have 2 inches there. So we need to add that 2 inches. Okay? And then we then get 74 inches as the total. So we then write 74 here. Okay? So the next one is 2.6 miles to be converted into feet. So maybe I'll be writing my solution here. The 2.6 mile. We multiply it by the conversion factor 5,280 feet in a mile. So we need to get rid of miles. So sa baba yan. And the 5,280 feet on top. Okay. So we then canceled out the unit of measure miles and could multiply 2.6 by 5,280. So calculator ulit, 5,280 times 2.6. And there you have 13,728. 13,728 feet. I will write here and a space. So we have here 13,728. So that's it for the conversion of English to English. Okay? Okay, so this time we have the metric to English and vice versa. Okay, so same thing with the English to English conversion and converting metric to English and vice versa. We still use the conversion factors. So in the English system, we had 3 conversion factors used. So this time, we have 3 more. That 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeters and 1 mile equals 1 and 609 thousandths kilometers, and last would be 1 kilometer equals 62 hundredths of a mile. So we'll be using this one. Let's have the conversion now. Yan. So nandiyan ulit sa upper right, yung conversion factors natin that will serve as our guide. And then here's the given. So let's start from the first one. 6 feet 2 inches. So 6 feet 2 inches, isn't it that this was given already before in the English to English conversion? And if your memory serves you right, the 6 feet 2 inches is equivalent to 74 inches. So, okay na, dyan na tayo mag-start kay 74 inches kasi fresh pa naman. Tapos, convert natin siya into centimeters. So, upon looking at the conversion factors here, ang kailangan natin gamitin ay yung inch to centimeters. So, yun yung first. Okay? So, we need to cancel out inches and we follow the diagonal format. Dapat nandito sa baba yung inches. And we write 2.54 on top. Okay? So, after we have written that, we cancel out the unit of measure inches. And again, our best friend calculator needs to come out. Okay, the calculator here. There you go. For a while. Okay, so we have to multiply 74 by 2.54. And there you have 187.96. Okay, we have to double check our calculation. Okay, 96. There you go. 187.96 centimeters. And we write that one here on the blank. 187.96. So I hope that you're getting the process on how the solution must be written or must be shown in the English to English, and so with the metric to English and vice versa conversion. Okay, so for number 2, we have to convert 3.2 miles into kilometers and decameters. Okay, as we can see, as we observe here, pareho tong metric. Okay, so ang kinakailangan lang muna natin ay ma-convert itong miles into kilometer. Pero, may napansin nyo ba na yung pagpipilian natin na conversion factor ay parehong may miles to kilometer? Yes, okay. So if that's the case, we are torn between two lovers. I know, we are torn between two conversion factors. Alin dyan ang pipiliin natin, di ba? So, my advice would be, you select the conversion factor that will give you a denominator of 1. Kasi, whether you are allowed to use calculator or not, it's easier to multiply decimals than to divide decimals, okay? So since we have to get rid of miles, we need to select the one with 1 mile. And of course, that's the second conversion factor. We write 1.609 on top. Okay, and there you have it. So we canceled out the unit of measure miles and multiply ulit 3.2. So we have to multiply 3.2 by 1.609. And there we have 5.1488. So you might be thinking, Mom, are we going to estimate? No, you don't need to estimate kasi sabi dyan, convert lang. So ito yung equivalent sa kilometer. So we write that one here. And we are going to convert kilometer to decameter. So recall natin yung meta converter. So right after kilometer is hecto and then deca. So we need to have two jumps. From 5 and 5.1488, we need to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So magiging 1, 2. Magiging 514.88. Pag yan ay in-estimate nyo, syempre affected ang sagot nyo sa decameters. So, walang estimation na mangyayari. Okay? And the third one is we have to convert 3.75 kilometers in a mile. Susulat ko dito, no? So, dito naman, 3.75 kilometer, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, we have to select the conversion factor na magiging 1 ang denominator. So, most likely, yung pangatlo na yung pipiliin natin. Equals 0.62 mile. Okay. So, we canceled out the unit of measure kilometers. And then, we multiply 3.75 by 6,200. So, calculator come out. Dito natin ilipat. 3.75 multiplied by 6,200. And we get 2.325 miles. So again, no rounding off. We write here on the blank 2.325. And there you have it. So we have here the conversions for measures for length in metric to metric, English to English, and metric to English, and vice versa. So I hope that you learned something from this discussion. That would be all, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.